This week's episode is brought to you by the Association of K&A Collier. Surround yourself with positive people and positive things. Hey y'all, welcome back. It's another episode of Tara
Talks. Ryan listens. I said it first.
Oh, come on. You are so petty.
A little bit.
Tara Talks, Ryan listens. Welcome back.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, we're not going to go into that because you're just going to have to get used to this weekly podcast. Maybe being
monthly-ish.
Bi-weekly or monthly. Y'all bear with us while we get ready for this wedding as well as deal with, work and school and life in general, a pandemic, global health crisis, so many things. Shortages at the grocery store, we're just dealing with all the things.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get into what's on my timeline, let's go ahead and talk about what's going on in our lives.
This wedding planning?
Yeah, basically that's it. Like I said, we are literally in the home stretch, my dude. Like, I feel like we've been engaged for 2 seconds, but it's really been a whole year. Like,
yeah.
That whole year flew by. Really, basically 13 months. We now are 36 days away from the big day.
Damn, son.
How does that make you feel?
I was fine until it hit the 30s. No, I've actually been fine this whole time up until like last week. I had like a nightmare 3 nights in a row about different things going wrong with the wedding. And none of them made sense. It was just the fact that there was things going wrong and we had to figure out how to deal with it. One of them, you didn't even show up. So
now that really don't make no sense.
None whatsoever. Because if anybody don't show up, it's going to be some people in the audience, not me.
Right. Not either one of us. So yeah, it's stressful out here. Obviously we're going to talk about that Rona here in a minute, but we're kind of stressed about how it's going to impact our wedding. I will say, kind of had a lot of meltdowns and freak out moments and panic moments earlier this week, just kind of thinking about the logistics of everything, of, whether or not we have people coming from all over, Virginia, Seattle, Atlanta, San Antonio, Austin, like literally all over. And, we're just trying to make sure that they feel comfortable and safe traveling here for our big day. And we also have to deal with the realization or the reality that some people may not. Some people may opt out. Some people may decide to stay home. And, that's sad when, of course, you want everybody there with you to celebrate. But at the end of the day, that is their choice. And of course, no one could have foreseen this. So it's not. Except
the doctor in China who tried to warn everybody.
Yeah.
And died.
Yeah, about that.
Because nobody will listen to him. But yeah.
Yeah. But that's life. And I will say, like, as stressful as this all is, just wedding planning in general is stressful, and then throw a pandemic on there or a global health crisis and it gets a million times more stressful. I gotta say, shout out to my whole support system. I have so many friends and mentors and family members who just have been riding with me and always checking on me and supporting me. And my mom, y'all, I gotta tell you, I gotta give a quick shout out to my mom. She literally almost every day sends me affirmations and positive things, self-care things, like just reminding me to take care of myself and my own mental health while I'm stressed out dealing with this wedding. And that has been so helpful. So that's been really cool. Also, shout out to my girl Kendra. We are in this thing together. Her wedding is just, what is it, next week? I think it's
something like that. Yeah.
In 2 weeks. Yeah, something like that. And, we have gone through, like, she got engaged. They got engaged, a couple months before us?
Like very, very
yeah, maybe a month or two before us. And then
I literally felt it coming.
I did too. And then they're getting married like a month before us. So we've been going through this, all the wedding stress together. I have felt her pain. She has felt mine. Like, literally, we're like, man, we are about to be just bonded for life based off of this. So I just want to say it's so good to know someone else is going through the same thing. And so we got this, girl. We are almost there, and at the end of the day we get to both marry the loves of our lives and be happily ever after. So we'll get rid of all this stress and deal with that and move on with life.
Shout out to Dex, since you sound now Kendra. What up, Dex?
Well, do y'all have a group chat like we got? Probably not.
All right, fine. I'm
You need to
getting
get
a
on
group
that.
chat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm finna add
We support each other.
Dex and Mike.
Y'all
and,
need to support each other.
and
Exactly.
Joey.
Yes. So
And
that's kind of
Brandon.
what's
And
going on.
Andy.
So that's kind of what's going on in our lives.
And Will.
Really.
Yeah.
You're not
And
just
Steven.
you're not just gonna name off all your male friends. Okay,
And
so
Xavier.
stop it.
And Jesus.
You done?
Nah.
You done?
And Xavier. Now I'm
Are
done.
you done? So that's
And I'm playing.
y'all, we was about to end the show right here. So that's what's been going on in our lives. Let's go ahead and hop into this timeline.
And Jamel.
What's on my timeline?
All right, fine. I guess I'll tell you what's on your timeline.
What do you think is on my timeline?
Dat Rona.
Riding around with that Rona.
I'm riding around with that Rona.
It really warms my heart and tickles my soul to know that Black people are calling it that Rona, and white people are calling it COVID-19.
COVID-19. Coronavirus disease 2019. And we talking about that Rona.
You got that Rona?
Yeah, you got that Rona. Ain't back up off me.
Just get you some ginger ale.
Right.
And some Robitussin and just
lay down.
Go lay down. Mommy, I'm sick. Go lay down.
Right. That was the answer to everything.
Go lay down. Yeah. And I really did feel better. She knew all along. Just had to go lay down.
It's weird. I didn't get introduced to ginger ale until I was about like 10 or 11.
Oh, yeah. I very specifically remember. Yeah, I was probably like 9 or 10. And when that day happened, I was like, okay. My whole world changed.
Oh, I was like, you want some ginger ale? I was like, what is that?
To the point where, like, I thought I could only drink ginger ale when I was sick.
LOL.
I was an adult, like, in my early 20s before I saw, like, a friend that was drinking ginger ale just for fun. She had a case of ginger ale, and I was like, what? You just drink ginger ale? You're not sick? Like, did not get it at all. But, yeah, so that part, let me just go ahead and give a disclaimer before we hop into what's on my timeline as far as, like, the actual headlines. I just want y'all to know I'm the type of person where I have to laugh to keep from crying. So I am not.
That is what we do.
I'm not trying to make light of this situation. I'm not making fun of the people who are dying or who are ill.
Our prayers go out to those families that are affected in that manner.
Absolutely. But I do want you to know that this is a entertainment podcast.
Right, we're not getting into the politics.
Yeah, we're not getting into the conspiracy theories.
That dude y'all put in the White House and that's in there lying about it and that probably got the COVID-19 too.
We're not getting into all that. We're really just, I have to, the memes are what make it so good. I will tell you, I am still watching the news. I am still getting all the headlines and stuff, and I'm still checking my social media because I know some people are like, I gotta log off social media. I can't watch the news. Gotta protect my peace, and that is fine. If you need to do that, do that.
Do that.
I personally am really interested in staying up to date on kind of the latest what's going on. But that is stressful. That does take a toll on you. So to balance that out, I got to have the memes and the laughter and the jokes. And so if you hear me joking about, if you got that Rona, just drink some ginger ale. I'm just take it lightly. It's not that serious. Yeah. It is that serious.
I mean, it is that serious, but it's also not that serious.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So, all right. Speaking of that guy y'all put in office and that y'all might put in office again, we'll see what Uncle Joe talking about.
Not if Uncle Joe
I mean, here's the thing. If you was feeling the burn, you might have to let that go. I was all in for Warren. I don't like telling people who I was gonna vote for, but at this point, I guess it doesn't really matter.
That's who you voted for?
Absolutely.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It was for me. It was between her and Bernie because they talking about these loans. That was I was on that train. So
yeah, I mean,
I wasn't gonna hold my breath, but I mean, hey, if they said they're gonna do it, let's put them in the White House and see.
I mean, yeah, the loans would be great, but it's just a lot of different things that I really liked about her. But y'all will not put a woman in office, so I'm gonna have to let that go. But yeah, at this point, Bernie's campaign is not looking too good. It sounds like it's about to be Uncle Joe. So we'll just have to roll with it from there. Anyway,
and that's enough politics.
Yeah, I was gonna say back to the guy in office. We're not really talking about politics, but he did suspend all travel to Europe. And yeah, I mean, the only thing that's weird about that is it seemed so sudden. I know I have a lot of friends who are in Europe for different reasons, like teaching English or travel or whatever, and they're scrambling to get back. So I just want to say we're praying for y'all and hope that people can do what they can do to get back safely. And man, at one point we were thinking about having our honeymoon in Italy.
We were.
Man, yeah. Whew. He also mentioned possibly freezing the interest on federal student loans. So speaking of loans, the thing is, like, don't just freeze the interest. Just get rid of it.
Cause let's be honest, only about 10% of it is going to get paid back over the course of, like, of all the borrowers, who's really going to pay it back in its entirety? Probably about 10% of the borrowers.
That was like one of the first memes I saw was coronavirus getting rid of everything,
but
canceling everything but these student loans.
I'm like, man,
that part
ain't the truth.
I mean, for real. So the NBA suspended their season. Were you surprised by that?
That's when black people took it seriously.
It is. It really is.
Like, man, y'all tripping. This ain't. Hold on, the NBA suspended.
What?
Ah, man, it's serious. That's I ain't gonna just say black people. Those most people.
Yeah, well, because it was NBA, then NFL.
Well, NFL's not in season.
What is
right
it?
now.
NHL.
NHL, I
what's
believe.
Baseball? I don't know.
Baseball is MLB.
MLB, and then today NASCAR just announced as well.
Oh wow.
So it's basically every professional sport. I know March Madness, they are not allowing.
Is
NCAA. They're not allowing people to come and view the games, but they're still having the games. Is that right?
That was the last I heard, but that was some hours ago.
Things have changed day by day, literally hour by hour. So it's hard to keep track of what's the correct and most up to date.
The 2020 NCAA tournament is not going to be played over concerns about COVID-19 pandemic.
Dat Rona.
But there's still a chance an official bracket for the field of 68 could be released by the NCAA. So yeah, no NCAA, no March Madness.
Yeah, so that's crazy. That's really, you know, rough, here's the thing that I think about. Yes, that's sad to not have these actual events, but I'm thinking about the ripple effects. Mm-hmm. Like all the people who sell hot dogs in the
support staff in the arena,
or like the little kids baseball team, or that was counting on having that as a fundraiser or whatever.
Like,
you know,
the people who count on y'all making a mess with the popcorn and wasting your beer all over the place, so they can come clean it up and have lights at their house.
Mm-hmm, their livelihood. So I mean, it's such a ripple effect. So I really am kind of heartened when I hear people stepping up to help out with things like this. Who is Zion Williams?
Babe.
Should I know that?
Zion.
That's
not his name. It's Zion. Williamson.
Oh, okay.
Zion Williamson. It's basically to make it simple for you, he's this generation's LeBron James.
Oh wow. Well,
when LeBron James was the previous generation's Kobe, when LeBron and Kobe was the previous generation's Michael. So he's that guy.
Okay.
He's the guy who would have went straight to the league if they were still allowed to leave high school and go to the league.
So he is paying the salaries for the out of work arena employees.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I think Mark Cuban popped it off.
Yep, Mark Cuban started it.
Kevin Love jumped in. Then I saw what's my man you just said, Zion Williamson. Mm-hmm. I'm just laughing how you said Zion Williams. I'm like,
whatever. I don't know these kids.
I think that's
I don't do sports.
That's somebody on a different team, I think.
Whatever. Well, and then we just saw Steph and Aisha announce that they're gonna cover lunch for kids who are out of school in Oakland. So that's exciting. Because these are, again, those ripple effects that people don't think about. People act excited like it's a snow day. Ooh, no school. But really, okay, if school is canceled, some people may have to still work. Then they got to think about how to get their kids, taken care of, some type of daycare or something. And then if they are, on a work from home, then they got to figure out, okay, how do I entertain my kids so that I can focus on work while I'm working from home? It's just a lot.
People don't just want to stick their kids in front of TVs.
Well, not only that, kids don't understand that you working from home. Like, if you're home, unless you work from home full time, if this is something that's, just for this particular situation, they don't get it. It's like, if you're home, you should be able to play with them, and they should be able to be like, mom, mommy, mom,
mama,
mom, Lois,
mommy,
Lois,
mom.
What do you want?
Hi.
I love Family Guy. Never gets old. But the point is, like, they should be able to do that little random stuff because they just are like, expecting to be in your face if you are there. So yeah, it's just a lot of people affected by this. It's really, it's crazy because we have lived through Zika, swine flu, H1N1,
Ebola twice,
yeah,
E. coli,
mumps, MRSA. I mean, it's been so many things, but this is this is like the most insane it's been as far as like closing and isolation and how fast it's spreading and all of that.
And the thing is, it's not even physically as bad as Ebola.
Exactly. That's the crazy thing.
Because you get Ebola, it's pretty much over with. It's going to literally destroy your interior organs,
so I'm always
internal organs,
happy to hear that some of the people are actually surviving corona. I just hope we can slow the spread or flatten the curve, as they're saying now.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson got it.
Right.
I was really disheartened when I saw that. I said, no, not Tom and Rita. No. Not Forrest Gump. Not Life's Like a Box of Chocolates. No. Not There Is No Crying in Baseball. Not A League of Their Own. No. Not Bosom Buddies.
Come on, Bosom Buddies.
No.
You gotta reach way back.
No. Not The Terminal, not Castaway, not Wilson, not Tom Hanks.
I saw a meme that said,
not Sleepless in Seattle, not You've Got Mail.
Speaking of You've Got
not
Mail,
Tom.
Where's my Amazon package? Anyway,
you saw a meme that said
I saw a meme that said, y'all know good and well Tom Hanks got that coronavirus from Jenny.
Yes, I saw that one too.
Cracks me up.
Look, let me tell you what. He probably did. Jenny gave him everything else.
Right.
Jenny was trash. I remember watching as a kid and being like, she's gross. Is playing him. Obviously, I didn't have that language at that time, but that's basically what I was thinking.
You was thinking, she's a big, stupid doo-doo head.
Probably something like
that.
But yeah,
knowing you probably grabbed a thesaurus and looked up some insults to call her.
Yeah.
Because you're such a nerd.
Y'all, I could not believe, Tom. And honestly, after his most recent speech, whatever award he just won, I just was like, you know what? Tom is that dude. But the cool thing is his kids basically relayed or delivered the message saying that they're both doing okay and they expect a speedy recovery. So, we can all take a collective sigh of relief. Also, we hear that Betty White is okay.
Man, I saw a whole BuzzFeed article. You're scrolling on Facebook and then you see a picture of somebody and you automatically think, a second, immediately you just like,
oh no.
The headline said Betty White is fine. Somebody literally took the time to write a BuzzFeed article that said Betty White is fine.
But you know why? Because we have had a lot of celebrity deaths this year. A lot. I mean, not just Kobe, Janet Dubois.
Catherine Johnson,
y'all.
The hidden figure.
Y'all, the hidden figure. She died at 101. People said she died in her prime. Get it? Because it's a prime number.
Prime number.
That took me out.
Nice.
I was like, you know what? I appreciate a little math humor.
A little play on words.
But we already had the Katherine Johnson Barbie, and Ryan went and bought another one. Because look, just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case. I just, y'all know I collect Barbies, so that's kind of my thing. So I'm really excited to know we have not one.
Do they know that? But yeah, we talked about that before.
But 2 Katherine Johnson Barbies. So that's exciting. But yeah, it's been a lot of celebrity deaths. So I don't think we can handle, we got to check on Betty White and Ruth Bader Ginsburg, make sure they both somewhere protected. Because I'm not ready for that. Grey's Anatomy, y'all know I love Grey's. They halted their production of season 16 due to corona.
That's smart.
Yeah, it is. I think they had already recorded however many episodes ahead, so
they work at a hospital. They should know.
Here's the thing. I've seen so many people saying, well, Meredith Grey would have found a cure for this. The thing is,
not without Alex.
Look, don't even get me started on the fact that Alex left. That episode with Alex, I don't know how I feel about it. If you watch Grey's Anatomy, please tell me what your thoughts are, because I'm torn. On the one hand, oh, these are spoilers. Should I say?
Um, yeah,
I
I'll put a disclaimer in the
I
episode
mean, at this
title.
point, if you haven't watched it, because it's been a couple weeks, so if you're, really into Grey's Anatomy and you haven't watched it by now, then
You ain't really into Grey's Anatomy.
exactly, you have other issues. So
All right,
spoiler,
I'm still gonna put
spoiler,
it in the thing.
spoiler. You now have time to fast forward.
Yeah. In fact, I'm gonna give you about 30 seconds to talk about this spoiler alert.
Okay, so the thing is, I'm torn between whether, like, okay, on the one hand, I think it's just completely perfect, just a perfect send off for him to end up back with Izzy and just to, ride off into the sunset and be happily ever after. That makes sense. If he had to leave, I would like for him to leave that way with their kids and just be happy rather than them killing him off like they like to normally do. But on the other hand, I think it's kind of grimy the way they did Joe. Like, I don't understand why the actor had to leave so suddenly. Like, could they not have drugged this out for a couple episodes where he explained it to Joe in person or something? I don't know. It's just weird to me after everything they've been through that he was just gonna like disappear and leave a note. That's kind of messed up. But I am glad he left multiple notes for all of them, because that, the notes, oh, so good. Anyway, such a good show. And I love me some Grey's. I know there's some people that are like, oh, it needs to hurry up and end, but it's still good. I don't care.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the spoiler. If at this point if you turn the volume down, turn it back up. If you fast forward it, you're in the right spot. So, what we talking about? I forgot.
So we're talking about that Rona. So if you're stuck indoors.
Also, somebody go put Marla Gibbs in the bubble for me.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Who else? Who else is up there and still kicking? Yeah, just put everybody in a bubble.
So if you're stuck indoors and you're bored and you don't know what to do, I saw there's virtual museum tours that you can take advantage of. So I'll post that on our Facebook page. If you're interested, you can check that out, and that'll give you something to do. What else would you do, since we're not on work from home status yet? Hopefully at some point we will be, but what would you do if we were stuck at home?
Honestly, I would do something for the homie Mike Day, because he has been on my ass the last like 2 or 3 years. So ever since he dropped by Back to Block, he's been on me about me getting back in the studio. And he's like, I'm still waiting on your EP. So I would do that. I would put a lot of time into making my EP that I've been talking about for like ever, and then just keep losing the motivation to do it, because it's like I don't have a specific goal in mind. I just enjoy making music. But then there's times where I don't feel like doing anything, so I sit still or go to sleep. So yeah, I would work on that.
Yeah, I think that's the best. Again, we're not making light of the situation, but if you have to find a silver lining, the one good that'll come out of this is you're able to kind of rest, restore, reset, focus on things you just haven't had time for before.
Mm-hmm.
And so, that's what I would do. There's a lot of passion projects that I want to do that I just am always too busy for. Y'all probably don't even realize I write relationship advice articles for this blog called Afropolitan Mom. And man, I have so many article ideas that I could just knock out. I also would, of course, y'all know I would watch Netflix and do my little Netflix binges. I got stuck on Good Trouble, and so now I'm into The Fosters, because I didn't realize that Good Trouble was a spinoff of The Fosters. So anyway, I'm all into that. It's so good. But yeah, I would have to catch up on my shows. Y'all keep telling me to watch, what's that show called? The dating one that everybody's talking about.
Oh, the
Blind
one on Netflix.
or something.
Yeah, something like that. Blind Date.
Dating Blind.
I think that's it.
No, that's not it.
Love
at First Sight.
Oh, I was gonna say Watch It Be It.
Isn't it Love at First Sight? I think that's it.
You act like I be watching TV. I don't know.
Everybody and their mama has told me.
Dope shirt. I'm over here looking at Instagram and saw this shirt and it's dope and I want it.
Love is Blind. That's what it's called.
We were both wrong.
I mean, I was way closer than you.
Only a little bit.
So yeah, everybody has been telling me to watch Love is Blind, and I'm just like, I don't have time for this. I would watch that. I would What else would I do? Mm-hmm.
I would
Clean the house,
yeah,
get
that's
organized.
precisely what I was gonna say.
Man, just
I got
like
so
throw
many
stuff
clothes I can get
away.
rid of.
Yes.
Like I'm looking at a 3-foot laundry basket full of clothes that I don't need / want / wear anymore / can't fit because I've gotten taller. LOL.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah. So another random side fact to that Rona is the fact that a lot of movies have delayed their release date.
premieres.
Yeah. So, for instance, Mulan is one of those. Y'all know I've been waiting on that forever. Super excited. Christina Aguilera re-recorded her iconic song, Reflection. Love that song. That spoke to my heart at 11. But yeah, so a lot of movies that we were waiting on, they're waiting because obviously people don't want to go to the movies and be in big crowds. So we will see a lot of things like that continue to be delayed. Hilary Duff, y'all know I love me Lizzie McGuire. Love me some Lizzie McGuire. Hilary Duff is really pleading with Disney to let Lizzie McGuire go to Hulu. So they were supposed to do like a reboot or whatever of it, and like the whole cast is on board, and everybody's all excited. The fan base is all excited. Here's the thing: with it being on Disney Plus, that means it has to be. I think it's like PG or maybe PG. I think it has to be PG.
Probably PG.
And so, here's the thing: Hilary Duff grew up just like we did. So now she's in her 30s like us. And that means Lizzie McGuire is in her 30s like us. And so having her do some watered down Disney
who
version.
you calling 30? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I meant us as in the teeny bopper girls that watched Lizzie McGuire. I'm not talking about you. I know you're still young.
I'm messing with
I
you.
know you're a baby. I'm a cradle robber. Anyway, point is, whatever. So yeah, Lizzie is a fully grown adult human woman, and she deserves a character that is more like Hilary Duff's character on Younger, where she's successful, doing her thing, whatever the case may be, whether she ends up with Gordo or Ethan or somebody completely different, that's up for debate. But the way that story plays out, I just don't think it makes sense for it to be PG. And if Disney doesn't get that, then they got bigger problems. So anyway, I just wanted to say it's just not realistic. That's the whole point. So yeah,
and it wouldn't be an interesting story if it's not realistic. So.
No. So that is pretty much, I think that's pretty much all that is on my timeline.
I don't have a timeline. That's why it's called her timeline.
What?
My timeline contains weird news.
That's because you are weird.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna remember that. That's cool. Y'all heard her just call me weird, right?
You are.
So, where's the weird news you was talking about? Is it this one?
Yeah.
This rare coins?
No.
Oh, I can say that's
Oh, it's these last two.
I only see one. Oh, this. Okay, yeah, this one's hilarious. Hang on. Let me open it because it just literally popped up on my screen, so I didn't have access to it 11 seconds ago. Let me go ahead and open the second one, too.
Put your business all on Front Street.
Well, I mean, we sitting here. And then you would send me a thing where I got to whitelist it and not block the ad. She's blocking 53 ads on this page. Now I got to pause the ad blocker and let all 53 of them ads intrude my browsing experience.
Life is so hard.
It is. You make it hard. Gotta be difficult all the time. All right, so check this out. This is hilarious. Student suspended from school for selling squirts of hand sanitizer to classmates. Just selling squirts.
Look, I wonder for how much.
$300 a bottle, $30 for a squirt. Charlie boy voice. But yeah, I mean,
it's that, you know what? It is that serious out here in these streets.
Let me tell you what that is. That is a student who understands
entrepreneurship,
the concept of supply and demand.
Now that part.
You can't suspend a student from school for understanding supply and demand and taking advantage of an economic downturn. We live in a capitalist society, and that's all that student exhibited.
Look,
so you can't get mad at him for that.
First of all, y'all should have been washing y'all's hands and using hand sanitizer before this Rona came around. The fact that we are having to really mass market soap is quite troubling.
This is so funny.
The fact that now we're walking into bathrooms and they're like, and all these articles spreading around like how to wash your hands and what songs to do it to, so that way you know to time it right. I'm like, y'all really?
Do it to the tune of Staying Alive. Ha, 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 ha. Staying alive. Staying alive. No, and I want to watch The Office.
I was like, that's CPR.
I know, but still.
But yeah, so
It's also kind of funny that people need to
be reminded to
wash their hands
or to use hand sanitizer when washing your hands is not available, y'all. Hand sanitizer is not.
It's not a substitute. It is not either or. You should totally do both.
Yes.
Like, don't come out the bathroom and just grab some hand sanitizer. Wash your nasty hands.
The fact that all the hand sanitizer is off the shelves, but soap is just sitting right there chilling.
Yeah, it turns out I had like 6 random bottles of hand sanitizer.
I did too.
Hidden in my office, so I brought a few of them home.
I always keep hand sanitizer
and then my job just had like a stock of it too, so there was plenty of it in the office, so I'm not really worried about running out.
I legit identify with this kid. I feel like you or I would have been that kid to sell.
Oh, absolutely.
Hand sanitizer, because I would always have it. I would be the one to have it, and people would want it, and I'd be like, "All right, what you got?"
You remember? Man, so I remember back in high school, Terrell was the absolute first person to have that little pocket pack hand sanitizer. And he had it clipped on his backpack. You remember that?
I do.
He was the first person I saw with that. And now those are like the biggest thing. And now you can barely find them because of all of this.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
It is crazy.
My little niece, she's so funny. She was like, "Do I need to send you some hand sanitizer? Are you washing your hands?" I'm like, "Girl, yes, I wash my hands. Yes, I have hand sanitizer. I'm fine."
Yeah.
Poor baby.
It's crazy. I don't really want to read this whole story, but you can Google it.
We'll post it on our page.
Yeah, we'll post it too. And you can Google it. But where's the next one? That's the same one twice, babe.
No, it's this one.
Read that. Selling hand sanitizer squirts amid coronavirus. Selling hand sanitizer squirts amid coronavirus. Same thing, babe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I really.
LOL.
You know, sometimes I have a slow moment.
Yeah. LOL at sometimes.
That is interesting.
It is.
I guess it would help if I gave you the right article.
Yeah, it would. Totally.
The one time I try to help, I can't even help right.
Can't even help right.
Hold up now. Watch that bass in your voice.
Can't even help right.
That's better.
I stand by it though.
Here it is.
Nope, that's still not it. Okay, you put it in the thing. All right. I don't know why you didn't just.
Oh, that would have made more sense.
Yeah, especially at this point. Did you just Facebook it?
I don't know what I'm doing.
I think you just Facebooked it. Let me open Facebook now. Yes, I looked it up on Facebook. All right. There we go. Almost.
So close.
Almost.
Yeah, so far away.
Almost. All right. Finally, after 11 minutes.
Wow.
Yes, said it.
11 minutes.
A California woman divorced her husband of 22 years because he voted for Donald Trump. I really feel like we read this one a while ago, too.
Did we?
I'm almost certain we read this one a while ago.
That's how long it's been.
A California woman left her husband of 22 years because this is from 2017. So it's very likely that we read it a while ago.
Oh, my goodness. Y'all, I am tripping. Yeah. I'm sorry. That's absolutely my bad.
California woman left her husband of 22 years after finding out he voted for Donald Trump. Retired prison guard Gail McCormick, 73, was shocked when her husband revealed to friends that during a lunch that he planned to vote for the controversial Republican candidate. So she left. Good for her. Because I think I remember you saying good for her, as to be specific.
Wow.
But yeah.
Okay.
Well, since Facebook is open, let me just remind y'all that Zion Williamson is paying the salaries of Out of Work Arena employees. That man is 19 years old.
Yeah, he's still a baby.
19 years old. First of all, it's amazing to be in a position to be able to do something like that. Second of all, it's amazing that he's that selfless.
That's the only reason I want to get rich.
That's the only reason I want to get rich. I don't really want to be rich so I can be like, yeah, I'm rich. No, I just want to do stuff like that. Like, I just need to be rich. Somebody just give me the money so I can do it. I mean, that's how I got to figure out how to make people give me money. That's how you get rich. But anyway, point is, that's shout out, salute to that man. Internet companies won't disconnect people for unpaid bills for 60 days, so that's cool. So people can, have internet at the house so while their kids are at home and all of that. Whoa, Bill Gates leaves Microsoft board. That's interesting. Zion Williamson, Dragon Ball Z memes
So
about
you just gonna
coronavirus.
read what's on your timeline?
Just for a second, because you didn't do a good job of sending me a story. I do appreciate you. Oh, that's a dope shirt. This PB shirt, I need it. Anyway, all right, back to the.
So now let's hop.
It's time for.
Let's hop into the listener
letters because, yeah, I panicked
So
when I didn't have a weird news story to read. I panicked.
you
Okay.
panicked. Okay, so yeah, so you know that you can email us at askttrl@gmail.com. That's askttrl@gmail.com. We want to hear from you. We want to know what's on your mind, what you're going through. If you have some family drama, work drama, if you just want to talk about that Rona, whatever it is you want to ask us, we want to hear from you. Just email us or DM us, or if you know us in real life, shoot us a text. So our first question,
but only if you know us in real life. Don't be texting my phone like you done lost your mind. Carry on.
So our first question is from Davion. Davion
What?
says,
I don't know who that is. Okay, cool. Carry on. Like, I don't know what TV character that you named this person after. Because you normally name after the TV characters, and I don't recognize this one.
Okay.
This must be Good Trouble.
Nope.
Oh, all right.
Davion said, discuss the difference between dedicated, loyal, and committed.
Okay, so let's discuss the meaning of each of those words. Dedicated means you have shown and displayed dedication. Loyal is a display of loyalty. Dedication and loyalty are generally not the same thing, because you can be dedicated to doing something as a verb and loyal to a person or a thing. So loyalty is more so an act of staying loyal. You can be loyal to somebody without being dedicated to them. It's like dedicated, for example, I'm both dedicated and loyal and committed to you, all three to you. If I wasn't loyal, I could still be dedicated, right? We could still be in the relationship and I'd do everything to make the relationship work. But a lack of loyalty would have me out here in the streets acting like I'm for everybody. But I'm still dedicated to the relationship. I'm just not loyal. You feel me? Does that make sense? Okay. Then the commitment part. I could be dedicated to being with you and loyal to only you, but then wouldn't commit, as in, I don't want to take things too serious, but I like being around you all the time. Like I'll be dedicated to, giving you what you need, but I don't like titles. I don't want to be boyfriend or husband or anything like that. So there's that. Loyalty. Some people just ain't got no loyalty. What Chris Brown say? These hoes ain't loyal. Loyalty is, let's see, because you can also be loyal without being dedicated or committed. So loyalty. Let me think of an example of loyalty. Trying to think of a good movie where there's an example of loyalty. I don't know. I can't think of an example. But based off the first two examples I gave, you should be able to figure it out. That's my answer. Terry, you probably got a better one. Go for it.
So
that's without looking at a dictionary. So
right. This is just, us. So I would say if you are dedicated, it's more of like you have decided that you're going to stick to something. I would say if you are loyal, that's when you bring that human aspect into it. Like you said, you're more loyal to a person. If you're committed, it brings the head and the heart to the table. So in my mind, dedicated is head, loyal is heart, committed is head and heart. And so
you will get all philosophical and deep with it.
That's what I do. And so, yes, we are dedicated, loyal, and committed. You can be one without the other two, or two without one. But to me, commitment is more so like, I'm with you, you with me, we're not with nobody else. Like we're in this thing together, and I don't care who knows it.
There's that.
And it's really more of like a long-term thing. Dedication and loyalty can come or go a little bit easier. But yeah, I don't know if we answered your question.
I think I did. I think you just tried to sound smart.
That's
you are smart. You just tried to sound like it. I just kept it real.
Look.
No, I think your answer was
But
great,
yeah, I mean
especially the
that's
philosophical
kind
thing I
of
said earlier.
that's kind of where you're at. So if you're in a relationship or trying to be in a relationship, you want to be careful the kind of words they're using. So if they're saying, you know, I'm loyal to you, but they're not committed, then that could be a sign.
Somebody who's loyal will always come home. They might not
But
tell
what
you
are
where
they
they
doing?
been.
Why they're
They
out?
might not tell you
Just
where they
like that
been.
dog that just strays away, like Trevor Noah's dog.
Right, yeah.
Trevor Noah's dog was loyal. She wasn't
Right.
committed though. So, yeah, it's just one of those things where you have to be careful about the words people are using. And you might have to bring that up and read a little bit into it if they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm super dedicated to you." Okay, but are you committed? Are you loyal? Like, you know, you just have to have that conversation, Davion. So,
Well, thanks for making
good
us think real hard.
luck.
I ain't had no intention of thinking real hard. Like, how lazy do I sound right now? I don't normally sound like this.
Oh, goodness.
I sound super country and lazy right now.
So our next,
But you know what? It's okay because I'm chilling.
So our next question is from Rose, and Rose wants to know open bar versus cash bar.
Open all day. I don't want to pay no money.
That's how you feel?
Yeah. There were no other details. I'm assuming you mean for a wedding or an event of some sort. But if she didn't say I'm hosting the, you did say, what was this person? This person didn't say I'm hosting the event. They just asked the question. So yeah, I'm definitely picking.
So if you're attending it, you want it to be an open bar.
Yeah, they didn't specify.
What if you're paying?
If I'm paying, I still go with open because people like me want an open bar, and I get that.
Okay.
So
yeah. Here's the thing.
That's another inside joke that I don't even get. But just Tara just does it all the time now. So now it's stuck in my brain too.
Sorry.
Shout out to whatever guy she got that from.
Yeah. So, the thing is, when I was younger, I was like, open bar, open bar, open bar. Like, definitely when you go to events, if I'm buying a ticket for an event, like say somebody's hosting an event, you buy a table, your company buys a table, or you buy a ticket and the ticket's like $75 each. I kind of expect at least 1 or 2 drink tickets to come with that.
At least.
Or an open bar. Like, that's kind of what I'm thinking for an event like that. Now, a wedding, that's completely different. I will tell you this. The older I get, and then obviously now that I'm planning a wedding, my opinions have definitely changed. When I was younger, I was like open bar. But then, honestly, I kind of always knew open bar has got to be super expensive. So I always associated open bar with like people that got really rich parents or rich grandparents. Like, oh, your wedding got open bar. Okay. Most weddings I've been to have like a signature drink, or they have like just wine and beer, or they might have like they'll just pay for cocktail hour, or they pay for a certain amount, and then after that it's cash bar. Now that I'm planning a wedding, I gotta be honest, y'all, like we're already spending so much on a wedding. I don't really want to spend thousands more for you to get lit. Like, I'm just being real.
Yeah, the thing is, like she said, you generally associate that with people who got money or just got the budget for that. We have neither. Like, we could have had the budget for that, but we chose to put that budget in other areas.
Exactly.
However, again, we ain't got it like that. We gonna do what we can for those.
I mean, we have been to weddings that just completely did not have any alcohol at all.
And that was just the weirdest thing.
I'm not a fan of that. I'm gonna be honest. No shade to anyone who had that, but personally, I like at least a little like rosé.
How I'm supposed to cheers you and toast you? Oh, that's right. Yeah, some people pass out.
Sparkling apple cider.
Sparkling cider, yeah.
Yeah.
And that
that's do it for me. That is fine. Everybody has their own reasons. I'm just saying I usually like a good smooth rosé, a little Stella Rosa, if you will. At least 1 or 2. But yeah, I mean, I don't want anyone to get completely wasted, because obviously I want people to drive home safely. So there's that.
Right.
So, I mean, there's just pros and cons to everything. I think if you have the budget for it, I would do open bar. If I had the budget for it and just like it was no big deal at all, I would pay for absolutely everything. Open bar. Mm-hmm. It would be,
again, where I want to get rich so I can give money, give things away to people.
Exactly. We would have it would be like a freaking carnival.
That's literally all I would do. Is just not throw my money at people or throw it at stuff, but Use it to help people and cover things for people and let people enjoy things.
All right. So our last question is from Trevor. Trevor wants to know.
Noah. Trevor wants to Noah. See what I did there?
If you and Ryan were a romantic comedy,
That was funny.
Which one would you be and why? We probably should have took more time to think about this one.
We absolutely should have took more time to think about this one. Because the only thing that's coming to my mind right now is
The
I give it a yeah.
Oh. We are not I give it a year. They break up in the end.
And you should have gave me more time to think about it. Because
I love I Give It a Year. It's such a good movie. It's so funny.
One of our favorites. It's
Here's
probably
the
one of
thing.
our favorite movies
We
all
are
time.
I Give It a Year, but you're not the first husband. You're the guy that she leaves him for.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm cool with that because he's,
Suave.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Okay, I was going to say The Photograph.
And see, I forgot we saw that movie recently, so that was not going to be the first thing that came to my mind.
Okay, you got Love and Basketball. That's not us.
You can't shoot, so no.
What are some other movies? Oh my gosh, I really feel like we need to table this whole question for next week because I really need to think this one through.
What?
If we were a romantic comedy, which one would it be and why?
Does it have to be a movie or can it be a romantic comedy TV show?
A romantic comedy is, in my mind,
just
a movie, right?
Okay, cool. Because I was just going to say we Marshall and Lily.
We are Marshall and Lily. Actually, okay, I'll change the question for that.
I mean, I still want to come back to this and think of a better example.
What movie would we be and why? That is such a hard question because I don't know movies. I mean, I know movies. Y'all know I love watching movies, but it's throwing me off because I picked this question, but I forgot I picked it. So I didn't even prepare for it myself.
Of all the questions we had, you picked ones that was going to be hard.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Hey, we low-key talking too much.
I know. We really need to end this, which is even more reason why I think we need to table this whole question. What in the world?
Hey, real quick, I just want to invite y'all to click on the hashtag social distancing and just read. And it's both informative and hilarious.
Click on what?
Social distancing, the hashtag on Instagram.
Oh my God.
It is so funny. There's some very informational posts in there. And then there's some hilarious things that all introverts will just absolutely crack up over.
I'm really trying to think of a movie.
You really are. It's.
Oh my gosh. I mean, we not even Brown Sugar. We definitely not Say the Last Dance.
Nah. You can't dance.
Man, shut up. We not Nobody on The Best Man.
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
You know what, babe?
What?
Our love is so special that it hasn't even been written in fiction.
Stupid. Stop being lame. No, I want to think of one.
I tried.
This is such a really thoughtful question. It's a very good question. So I thank you for your question. I want to table it. Is that weird?
No, it's not weird. We can revisit it.
Okay, I'm gonna table it.
Just put it on your timeline.
I'm gonna make a note.
Week.
Table for next. Okay. So now let's go ahead and wrap up the show with our love life advice of the week, or just our little quick tip for those of you who are biddy dadu booed up or want to be one day. And my quick tip for this week is relationships should only add value to your life, not constant stress. And as everybody has been like literally panicking with this coronavirus, it's been so comforting to just come home and have my best friend that I can just laugh and joke with and be silly with. And to know that I have someone who is my de-stressor and not my source of stress is like so amazing. And just a really cool reminder of why I'm going to marry this person. Y'all, I really had a moment where I was like, Ryan was going to the store and I was going to call him to tell him what to get. And I was like, oh, let me call my boyfriend. And I was like, boyfriend, fiance. Oh my gosh, it's about to be husband. And I was like, oh, y'all, hold up. I literally tweeted, I'm going to my husband y'all to death. I'm going to. You just wait till I get married. I don't care. I am going to be like, sorry, I got to check with my husband. Like, that is going to be me. Mm-hmm. If you are one of those that gets annoyed by that, be prepared to be annoyed by me, because I am going to my husband y'all to death. I waited 7 years for this, so I don't even care. I don't even feel bad about it.
Run away because y'all can.
Look.
I can't.
I am going to be like, husband, let's go. And then wait till we have kids. If we get more than one kid, my crew, let's go. Like, I cannot wait. Can't
Yeah,
wait.
that's hilarious. Um, I would totally agree with that. I honestly can't really think of anything specific because I'm still laughing at the social distancing hashtag. But yeah, make sure that one, you're with someone who is peaceful and not stressful, and also be the peaceful person and not the stressful person. Those feelings will reciprocate. So definitely, if you're trying to, be in a relationship with somebody, you want to improve your relationship. It might not be something specific you have to do, but just try to take away some of the drama from their life. Be their stress relief. Just be a safe space for them to decompress, and laugh, smile, kick it. You know, don't take everything so
Get
serious.
silly.
Yeah, but yeah, that's my retaliation to your love life advice of the week.
Wow, retaliation has a negative connotation.
It does, but I couldn't think of not rebuttal either.
Okay. I like rebuttal better.
Rebuttal's a little bit better, yeah.
Yeah.
I give up. I'm tired, y'all.
It's all good.
It's been a long week.
It has indeed. This week has felt like a month. Anywho,
I'm not even using my radio voice. This is how I just really talk.
Oh my goodness. So make sure you're following us at This Is TTRL on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We want to engage with you. We want you to pop in the comments, drop us a note, tell us how you feel about this show or about this episode, and just make sure that you keep in touch with us, because again, that's one of the main reasons why we do this. We want to hear from you, and we love hearing people say, oh, I listened to the show. We want to hear more of that.
This is also a safe form of social distancing.
Absolutely.
You can listen to us.
You can get a little bit of human interaction without us physically being there around you. So
you feel me?
I hope that helps. Thanks again to the Association of K&A Collier. We appreciate your support always.
Absolutely.
You can find Terra Talks Ryan Listens wherever you listen to other podcasts. So check it out. Share it with a friend.
Yeah, we are indeed on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, YouTube, and Spotify. There are some episodes on SoundCloud, but we don't really I didn't really see the value in paying for it simply because everybody listens on Apple Podcast anyway.
Yeah.
Or Spotify.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Good.
YouTube and Google Play was free. So
yeah.
With that said, hit us up with your questions. Other than that, follow me, THERY_C as in man, hold up, it's the right C.
And follow me at IamTCar.
Well, I guess that wraps it up for us. Finally.
Have a great week.
Peace.